Good afternoon to my lovely ladies. My name is Yamani Efonyale, and I just wanted to preface this video by saying that these videos are for women. These videos are for young ladies that I feel like I need to share some game with. Things that I've learned over the years that I wish somebody would have taught me when I was 15. That I wish somebody would have taught me when I was 21. I'm in a position where I can share, and that's what I want to do. I want to share. So these videos are for women who feel like my message resonates with them. So if this does not resonate with you, then by all means, keep scrolling. So this video today is about allowing men who have potential but no purpose access to you. Allowing men who have potential but no purpose to pursue you. A lot of times we hear about how it is a bad idea for women to invest in men who have potential. But for my young ladies who may be dating, the pool of men that they are dating are also young men who have yet to build their value. Those young men are full of potential. You may be a young lady in college who's dating a man who is in college who has potential. So then there's nothing wrong with investing in a man's potential as long as it's not an overinvestment for you. There's nothing wrong with investing in a man's potential as long as that man also has purpose. Potential without purpose doesn't usually lead anywhere. You see the potential in this man, but does he know his purpose? Because only he can determine what his purpose is. That's between him and his creator. But we can easily see a man's potential. And a lot of times women make the mistake of investing in a man's potential without knowing what that man's purpose is, or allowing that man to communicate his purpose to you. A man of purpose, a man who believes in something greater than himself, a man who understands, who knows what his mission is, who has a vision for his life. He is making it happen, his purpose in life. If you're going to invest in a man, that is the only kind of man you should be investing in. A man with purpose. Before you get excited about a man's potential, and maybe he communicates some of his goals and you see the potential and you're like, hey, this is exciting. If money was not an object, if we didn't need money, what would you do with your time? Purpose. Extract from him. You may not want to ask him straight up what your purpose is, because that can be a loaded question. He may have a purpose but never really thought about it in terms of a purpose. So that can be a loaded question. But you can extract the information out of him without asking him directly what his purpose is in life. His purpose should lead to his plan. When a man is clear about his purpose, when a woman is clear about her purpose in life, he or she can communicate the plan with ease because they understand their purpose, they understand the mission. Even if the plans have to change, the things that we plan often have to change due to circumstances or what have you. Maybe we miss certain marks. We got to change our plans sometimes. But when you are clear on your purpose, you can tweak the plans with ease. Changing the plan doesn't bother you. You don't get discouraged when you have to change your plan. A man's mission should be so grand that he'd have to work his entire life to achieve it. It would take an entire lifetime. It should be so big. Your mission is not something that you can accomplish in 5 years. Your mission is not something that you can accomplish in 20 years. Your mission is something that you want to keep striving for. And even when you've accomplished it, when you've put all the things in place to help you make this thing happen, you're still doing it. You're still doing the thing. That's purpose. Your purpose has to be greater than yourself. Your purpose is the reason that you came to the planet. It's no small thing. It can be no small thing. So keep all these things in mind when you are extracting this information from men on these dates. Understanding what a man's purpose is. You should know what his purpose is within the first 3 days. That's one of those high quality man questions. And if he stumbles, if he doesn't understand what his purpose is, honey, keep him on level 1. That's just not a man that you can take seriously. If you are a woman who wants to have a long-term relationship, committed relationship, or a marriage, a man who doesn't know his purpose is not the kind of man that you want to take seriously. You can't take a man like that serious. Because if he don't know his purpose, what is he going to do with you? A man should be pursuing his purpose more than he pursues women. Because if a man pursues his purpose, then women are going to come. Because that's some attractive shit. A man on his mission is attractive. A man who's on his mission is an attractive man. When he's clear and he's focused like that and he prioritizes his mission, even if that means prioritizing it over you sometimes, that's actually very attractive, right? Especially if this man is not your husband and you're not in a committed relationship with him. You're just dating. He's supposed to prioritize his mission, right? Just like men love women who have boundaries, women love men who have some boundaries too. We don't want a man that he drops everything he's doing just to come and answer to us at our beck and call. We don't really want that, right? We see that as a doormat man. We don't want that. We want a man who says, no, I'm doing this today and I'm going to have to see you tomorrow, or whatever it is. You want a man who's clear about his purpose and is on that thing. So you want to make sure that you are clear about what a man's purpose is within the first few dates. And if you are confused, it's because he's confused. And this is not a man that you can take seriously. Another thing that you want to look for when you meet men who have potential is track record. If they are clear about their purpose, right, then they should have a track record of accomplishment leading up to the purpose. What have you done so far in regard to this purpose that you have? What is your track record? What have you accomplished thus far? These are the questions that need answers. When a man has a track record of accomplishment, he's happy to share those things with you. It's not going to be like pulling teeth. He's going to spill the tea. He will light up and he's going to start bragging on himself. The man who doesn't have a track record of accomplishment is going to feel some type of way, feel ashamed that he can't answer that question. And he's probably going to gaslight, backtrack, change the subject, shut down, find a way not to answer the question, flip it back on you, all the tactics that people use when they are uncomfortable answering certain questions, right? But that's something that you need to know. If you're dating a man and you see his potential and he's communicated his purpose, the next question is, what have you accomplished so far? What are some creative ways to ask that question? Instead of asking the person where they see themselves in 5 years, or where they see themselves in 10 years, ask them what goals they set that they have accomplished in the last 5 years or in the last year. What goals have you set for yourself that you accomplished within the last 12 months? What goals did you set for yourself that you've accomplished in the past 5 years? They should know, and they should be so proud of themselves when they are a man who accomplishes goals. So they should be able to run that information down real quick. They ain't got to think about it. So ask these questions. These questions will get you information that you need to make a decision about this man and where he belongs in your life. Not only will they get you the information that you need, the data that you need to collect while you are dating these men, but they're also going to give you the opportunity to connect with him on an emotional level. Because when a man is driven by his goals, by his purpose, when he has a track record of accomplishment that he's proud of, when he has a plan that he's excited about, and you're asking him these questions on these dates with your beautiful self, smelling good, looking good, sitting across from him on these dates, he's going to connect that excitement, that pride, that joy with you. It gives you an opportunity to emotionally connect. Ask the question and lean in. Ask the question and tune into the answer, right? Ask him to tell you more. Get him to talk more. Be genuinely curious and genuinely interested in his answers and what he has to say, because you're learning him, and that should excite you. Get him to talk. Get him to open up. Men love to talk. People love to talk about themselves. They love to brag on their accomplishments, especially when asked, because when they're asked about their accomplishments, then they don't feel like they're being vain. By asking him about his purpose in life, you're connecting him with the reason why he came to the planet. You're giving him the space to remember his connection with his creator and communicate the deal that was made before he got here. So he's going to then begin to associate that spiritual connection with you, because you're the one that's asking the questions and facilitating the connection. Lean forward, lean in, ask him to tell you more about that. When you see him light up about a specific topic, if you ask him to name a talent that he's been cultivating over the last 5 years, or to tell you a talent or a skill that he wants to get really good at in the next 10 years. He gets all excited about that and starts telling you, you're now connecting him or facilitating his connection to his vision of his ideal self. right? You're reminding him of who he is, of his great potential. So ask those questions and only allow men who are clear about their purpose in life, are clear, communicate their track record of accomplishment, and are bursting with potential. These are the only men that you want to allow access to you, right? These are the only kind of men that you want to allow to pursue you. Everybody else, the other men, if you so desire, are men that you can allow yourself to waste time with. These are not men that we want to invest our emotions in, right? I'm a plaything, and I'm not talking about giving this man access to you sexually. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm just talking about maybe you enjoy talking to him, you enjoy his company, but he's not really going anywhere in life. He's not clear about his direction in life, so he's not somebody that you take seriously. It's just somebody, a friend whose company you enjoy. Or you don't have to allow him access to you at all. You can cut it off. Depends on what you desire. If you feel like this is somebody who is going to be hard for you to control your emotions for, cut them off. Because you know that it's not worth allowing yourself to be emotionally invested in a man who only has potential with no purpose and no track record of accomplishment. This is not a man that you want to get emotionally attached to. And if you feel that you can't control your emotions when it comes to this man, then leave him alone. But if you are a woman who can keep your shit in perspective and put him on level 1 or on the lowest bracket, however you want to score and categorize or place your men on levels, then go ahead and put him on level 1 and continue to date him and continue to enjoy his time and his company. But don't take him seriously, sis, because that man just has potential. The reason why it's a bad idea is because we tend to overinvest in them. We see what they could do, but they don't see it. But we see it, and we want to help him, and we want to start doing things for him we start investing in his potential. And that's a bad idea. It usually ends up being an overinvestment of your time and energy and resources. And an overinvestment is defined, and this is Taurus Census definition. An overinvestment is defined by this. Ask yourself this question. If this man ghosted me tomorrow, would I regret what I invested? Would I regret giving this to him, doing this for him? If the answer is yes, it is an overinvestment. If the answer is a sincere no, I won't regret it tomorrow, then go ahead and you can make the investment. That means that's an investment that's within your capacity. You have the capacity to invest on that level. But if that's not the case, don't do it, sis. Do not overinvest in a man who has potential. They got to do shit themselves. A lot of times a woman will hold a man down and be his ride or die and be helping him and giving up her refund check and shit so he could do some kind of hustle with it or something like whatever. We do these things, and these men at the end of the day, they don't appreciate us. They don't appreciate us because we made it easy for them and we gave them easy access to us and we invested, and they want something that they got to work hard for. People appreciate things that they work for, that they work hard for. So if you make it easy for him, he's not going to appreciate you. He'll use you. He'll get where you need to get in life, and once he's there, he's going to find somebody who's a challenge. Another issue is that sometimes when we invest in struggle of and getting it out the mud with this dude, we tend to see them, we connected with them, formed a relationship with them when they was down bad, right? And then because of your divine feminine investment in them, this man has reached his full potential, right? But now he wants a woman who doesn't see him from the position of being down bad. He wants a woman who never saw him like that. He wants a woman who looks up to him and admires the man who he's become, right? A woman who doesn't know the struggle like that. That's his little sister. His little sister remembers the struggle, but she remembers when his teeth wasn't straight. And she remembered when his father had to remind him to wash his ass. You don't want that woman. He wants the woman who looks at him in awe and admiration. He wants the woman who sees him at his greatest, not at his lowest. So it does not behoove us to invest in these dudes and be helping them get it out the mud. Don't attach yourself to that struggle shit. Don't do it. Just don't. Be the type of woman that says, holla at me when you get your shit together. Be the woman that says, I see you and I believe in you and I believe that you can do it. Holla at me in that way when you have something to offer. I remember I was in high school and I was a senior, and it was this, I think it was a sophomore who had a crush on me. And he showed up to one of the house parties that we used to throw. And he asked me to dance, so we danced. And then he asked for, I didn't know he had a crush on me until this moment. He asked for my number afterwards. And I don't really remember this. This is what the story that he told me. He asked for my number. I do remember dancing with him. And I remember him asking for my number, but I don't remember telling him this, right? Apparently, I told him, I touched his face. I might have pinched his cheek or something. I said, "Oh, you're so cute." And I was like, "You too young for me. Holla at me when you get your shit together." That's what I told him, apparently, right? So this was, I don't know, 92. And then when I graduated from college in 96, 97, I think this year was, he remembered where I lived, because my house was right around the corner from the house party, so the spot. So he remembered where I lived, and he showed up at my doorstep one day. And I'm answering the door, looking crazy, not expecting company. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I remember your face. But I didn't remember his name or anything. I told him, forgot about this guy. And he said, yeah, I'm so-and-so. You told me to holler at me when I got my shit together. And then he turned around and looked at his car. He had this nice little Honda Accord or whatever. He was like, he looked back at me, he said, I got my shit together. And I was just so impressed by that. He remembered that. And he came back to get your girl. And we dated. We actually are still good friends to this day. But I remember none of that. This is the story that my words had that much of an impact on him that he remembered it. So be the girl that challenges them to get it together and come back when they have something to offer you. Period. Be that girl. Be the challenge. Right? Be the prize. Don't just be out here talking about saying that you're the prize. Be it. The prize, when you're a prize, prizes don't jump off the shelf and jump into a man's arms. They just don't do that. They gotta win them, right? If what he is offering you is unacceptable to you, the kind of life that he can give you is not the kind of life that you desire, or even is worse than the life that you already have, leave him where he stands. And if you like him, but he has nothing to offer, challenge him to do better. And either he's going to meet the challenge or he's not. But one thing you won't be doing is going through the struggle with him. I don't know why we glorify struggle love and getting it out the mud together. Let me tell you something. Don't a man want no woman that's in the mud with him? Who wants that? You know what I'm saying? If you in the mud with him, your fingernails going to be dirty, clothes going to be dirty. Who wants that? You know what I mean? And again, there are some men who may want that, and power to those brothers. I'm saying power to the brothers who want 50-50 men and all of that. Power to you. There are women out there that only want 50-50 because they want to maintain their independence, or they grew up in situations where their mother was being abused or misused, and she was trapped in a situation with their father, and she couldn't get out because she didn't have no money. I'm saying she didn't have access to the money or whatever. So there are women who vowed to never allow a man to be their sole provider, right? And they want to go 50-50 on the bills. So the 50-50 men need to find the 50 women. They out here. And I'm not even knocking them. I'm saying I'm not knocking them, y'all. I'm talking about my messages for the women who desire to have men who provide for them, who desire to have men who will give them the space to start a family and stay home with their children, and maybe homeschool and breastfeed and be a homemaker, maybe even have a small business. They make their own money. They don't have to worry about none of the bills. For those women, that's the women that I'm trying to reach here. You want to attract a provider. You want to attract men who are proud to provide. And most of the time, providers are very clear about what their purpose is in life. It's just kind of for the course. So ask those questions. Do not allow yourself to invest in a man's potential in the absence of purpose and a track record of accomplishment. Do not allow yourself to access to men who are unclear about their purpose and do not have a track record of accomplishment. Revoke access or keep them on level 1, where you know that this is not someone that you can ever take seriously, because if he doesn't know his purpose, then how is he going to create a plan for your life, right? If he doesn't know his purpose, how will you know if your goals are in alignment? If your purpose is in alignment, your purpose is complementary to his. And so as I speak this, I realize in order to even flex in this way, in the system, you have to know your purpose as well. And if you're not clear on what your purpose is, sit with that. We're women. Connect with yourself on a spiritual level. Maybe even have a conversation with your womb and Meditate on what it is that you came here to do. Ask the question every morning and every night. Ask that your dreams reveal your purpose to you so that you're clear. But you need to know what your purpose is before you even start asking these questions of another person. Because your purpose is going to tell you your destiny. It's going to tell you where you should be going in life, right? And it's also going to show you who you should latch your horse to. So that said, I'm going to sign off. But one last time, I'll say it again. Never invest in a man's potential if he doesn't understand his purpose or does not have a track record of accomplishment. Potential, purpose, track record of accomplishment. I see your potential. What have you done? What are you about to do? Okay? Those questions. Come up with creative ways to get the answers that you need so that you can connect with men while getting the data at the same time. And on that note, I'll sign off and I will see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just trying to get this channel popping. I'm hoping that, really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to like channels, but I'm hoping that people start seeing my videos and they resonate and you share them. You're free to share the video and that others can get this message, get these lessons. I'm here for my young sisters, for young women, women's empowerment and dating advice.